Well, I guess let's go... Okay, we travel to the Spaceport. That's where we'll find Cedric's office. Where we also need to go and get the security footage. And talk to Bertie. Oh, we finally get to meet Bertie. Alright, let's head out to the Lord of Blight. Actually, I'll just fast travel down to... God, why does it do this? Why is it so slow to load? Get to the luxury landing pad. Where's the spaceport? Oh, there's an intercom down there. Down below. Isn't the pool out in this area? I'm sorry?
Smile, damn you!
Oh god. Alright, let's... Oh, I can't jump over this.
I just want to be your friend! Don't mess with me.
Oh, nope. There we go. Skip the bullets and the... What is that? Adrenal suppressant. Oh, it's tactical time dilation. Alright. Intercom.
Inspector, good to see you. Let me just grant you access and... Welcome to the Piraeus Spaceport.
Thank you. He was nice enough. But what kind of nonsense are we going to be in for out here? I mean, the clouds are always foreboding, but they do look especially foreboding just right over this place. But, I mean, even back that way. There's, like, that giant mess over there. Maybe I should pull out the, discrepancy analyzer. So there's a door back there. And... Oh, it's unlockable, but it doesn't seem to be owned.
Captain, up ahead. Be ready for trouble.
Hey, you! We've been looking for you, and by we, I mean Slug.
All right.
Been real busy sniffing around Eridanos for clues, haven't you, Inspector?
Yeah, it's my
See,
job.
Slug Light Underground don't like that much.
He's trying so hard. It's actually kind of sad.
Should have kept your nose where it belonged, Inspector. Slug's sick of all your meddling in their affairs. Our affairs, I mean. We're... Draw, you damn breadworm, draw!
I'm an inspector, fella. Sticking my nose where it doesn't belong is my job. Okay, this is a farce. Stare at the thug, hand hung... Oh, if I had a... Oh... I guess Intimidate is the only one that I didn't take all the way up that high. Okay, so this is a farce.
You want to say that again, pal?
Think about it, Slug asked me to investigate and now wants me dead. You're not really Slug, are you? It's okay, you can tell me.
Woolly piss! Why'd we decide to do this? Hey, any chance we could reschedule? Maybe do this whole showdown business? Never?
Get out of here. Sure, if you tell me exactly who it is I'm never rescheduling with.
Someone paid us to say we was Slug and intimidate you. I don't know who, I swear it. They only ever sent notes. That's everything I know, honest. We were only gonna rough you up a little. You gotta believe me. And we're real sorry.
Get out of here.
You don't need to tell us twice. Come on, all. Let's get the hell out of here.
A bunch of ding-dongs. Let's see, we've got the dry goods and sundry, the constable's office, the harbor master office. Actually, what about, do I have a map of this whole area? Oh, it's decent sized, okay. It's this whole big building back here, and there are a bunch of small buildings. I guess let's just start with here.
I don't know what to make of Sublight Underground. Or Slug, I guess. I can't shake the feeling they had something to do with Ms. Helen's death.
I'll keep that in mind, Parvati.
You got an appointment?
Do I need one?
Appointment?
Hello, I need to speak with Cedric.
Yeah, that's why you're here. Appointment?
Well, no, but I'd like to see Cedric regardless.
No appointment? No talking to Mr. Kincannon.
Not very friendly, are you?
They don't pay me to be friendly. They pay me to keep hooligans out of Mr. Kincannon's hair.
Well, do I really look like a hooligan?
I'd say so. That said, it's possible Mr. Kincannon might enjoy talking to someone as personable as yourself. We'll see what he says. Mr. Kincannon, got a person of interest here to see you. Think they've got business.
That sounds like our inspector. Please, send him up.
Yeah, right? See, I didn't need any kind of appointment. Nonsense. Let's take a look around here. Oh, look, he's got this wall of weapons. I kind of wish you could do this, like, on the Unreliable. Just put stuff up where... Uh-oh. Put stuff up all around the place. Is one of these weapons? Oh, one of them is. Actually, let's analyze first.
Timeline is a cursory fingerprint analysis shows this display case was recently opened or closed.
Well, it must have been closed, because, I mean, it's closed now, but it may have been opened prior to that. The gun on the bottom looks special. Has been customized?
Confirmed. The grip has been modified for a specific wielder, most likely the rifle's owner. Additionally, the plasma rifle sights appear to have been realigned to better accommodate a shooter with slight myopia in one eye.
Alright, whose fingerprints?
The fingerprints belong to Cedric Kincannon.
Alright, that makes sense. Obviously. Though, you think it's a little surprising Cedric hasn't cauterized his fingerprints to avoid detection.
Oh, admiring my rifle. Had it custom fitted by a woman on Monarch.
Why, if it isn't the inspector, I was hoping you'd swing by.
Here for my alibi, I assume.
Later. First, I want an explanation for that nonsense outside.
Another murder? Drunk Raptidons? Black hole Bertie practicing his hacking in the middle of the street? Stop me if it's one of those, or I'll just keep guessing.
I had a run-in with some slug agents.
Sounds as though you've already sorted it out yourself.
How did thugs get their hands on slug gear?
Slug uniforms do seem to go missing from the hotel laundry with impressive regularity. Easy enough for someone to nick a few.
Now ask yourself this. Why would anyone give thugs slug gear and send them after you?
Clearly, whoever's behind this wants to pit me against Slug. Somebody out there trying to smear your good name. It could be either one of those. We'll go with that, see if we can get him on our side a little bit by saying it.
Well, to smear my name, anyway. But I can't fathom who would benefit from tarnishing my reputation like that. Can you?
Presumably Ludovico more than anyone, given your relationship. Gosh, could it be the administrator? How dumb do you think I am? If you have a theory, spit it out. Yeah, let's see what he says. All right, sure. If you got a theory, spit it out.
Oh, that's good. That's very good, Inspector. I like this. Dominant, aggressive, The man in charge. I don't want to accuse anyone without hard evidence, though it may be worth noting Ludovico has motivation in spades. So, as you've deduced, I did not send anyone from Slug after you, nor is it likely they assigned themselves that task. Still, I am sorry for the trouble, Inspector. With that settled, I assume you'll want to know where I was the night of Helen's murder.
He's very eager to tell me his alibi. All right, let's hear it.
Let's see. That night, I was... torturing Elliot Nasser for information on missing cargo. That was a messy one. Didn't break until nearly noon the next day. Can you imagine?
That's your alibi? Seriously?
I could invent a better alibi than tortured a man to death if you'd like. Perhaps something salacious, or one where I break contract bylaws. Lou would adore that. You'd be a fool to believe me, regardless of what I told you. People lie, and I am, incriminatingly, people.
Then how am I supposed to trust anything you say? So your alibi is that you were busy murdering someone else. You're a real piece of shit. I'm trying to clear you a murder here. So your alibi is that you were busy murdering someone else.
Which, as I said, you should not trust. If it helps, however, you might consider pursuing not my means, but my motive. Why in the name of the architect would I kill Halcyon Helen? She was making me a fortune.
So Helen's death is a net loss for Slug. I'm not sure yet, but if you do have a motive, I'm going to uncover it. Bet you'd make a killing selling tickets to her funeral. I'd kind of like that. I'd probably just go with this one, but... yeah, okay. Bet you'd make a killing selling tickets to her funeral.
Why, Inspector, that's terrible. Besides, given how long she was likely to live and continue working, the math doesn't work out. I'd offer to assist you in your work, but I have a mystery of my own to solve, I'm afraid.
Sounds like you need some help. I take it the guy you tortured wasn't the source of your missing cargo, then?
Oh, Elliot stole from me, all right. Alas, you're right in that his was a singular isolated incident, and as such, does not resolve a concerning broader trend. Items are disappearing from Slug's storage and processing warehouse. The thefts began a week before Helen's unfortunate death, and there have been more instances since. Before you ask, I know the difference between cargo going missing and cargo going missing. This is the latter.
What's the connection to Helen's murder? What's gone specifically? I'll take the case. This all seems outside the scope of Helen's death. Alright, what's the connection? And also, what is missing? Why is that so special? But, alright, what's the connection?
I'm not sure. I'm only confident there is one. That the thefts began mere days before Helen's untimely demise is an extraordinary coincidence. I'm not a man who believes in happenstance, Inspector. I do not trust it.
I guess I can't guarantee the theft isn't related to the murder. Dumb luck's done a lot for me. I don't know what that means, but clearly a fool's errand arguing with you. Well, sure, okay, I can't guarantee the theft isn't related to the murder.
I certainly wouldn't take that bet. Regardless, this will be fun. You out in the field, chasing down leads. Me, scheming in my office, preparing to unspeakably mangle the perpetrator.
I'll say this once. Whoever's behind this is going to jail. Not to you. I feel like I shouldn't say no to a violent crime lord. Just no unspeakable mangling in front of me. I like to commit my own horrific bodily harm, thanks. Yeah, whoever it is not going to you. Don't get ahead of yourself.
You do recall, Inspector, that I'm not to be trusted? But certainly, whatever you say. You'll want to speak with Ella Tinsley, the warehouse foreman. I've cleared her as a suspect myself, but should she refuse to cooperate, shoot her. No, I'm joking. If she won't cooperate, tell me and I will shoot her. And do feel free to search my office for clues while you're here. Don't hold back on my account.
I have a feeling he didn't do it. I don't know why. I mean, but he could have, and he's just really playing the whole like "don't trust me" hoo 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 kind of aspect. But I kind of don't think it was him, and I think he's just being difficult just to be difficult. Before I get started,
Was there something else you wanted to discuss?
why does Ludovico hate you so much anyway?
The original incident? Well, I made him an offer he should have refused.
Did you put a severed Raptidon head in his bed?
What? No. Law, no. Why in the architect's name would you think that? Our combative relationship stems from paperwork, mundanely enough. Rizzo's contracted Sublight to construct the Eridanos atmospheric complex. Had Lou wanted Rizzo's to retain full control of Eridanos, he shouldn't have skimmed the revised contract I sent him. Lou's an administrator, for law's sake. I thought he would adore all the fine print I added.
But of course you thought you could potentially get it past him. How fine a print are we talking? Yeah, how fine a print?
Still technically visible to the human eye, but only just. You're quite good at this. It was all perfectly legal, too, which irked Lou to no end. My power grab, as Lou called it, planted the seed of hatred. And Lou, obsessed with what should have been, has made sure to water it daily with his bitterness and anger.
Nurturing a grudge is an ugly thing. You should make peace. You did steal. He'll be like, no, it's legal. I'm sure all the sniping you do at each other helps. He's a fool for not wrestling back control. Yeah, I'm sure that helps too, all the sniping.
Oh, I'm not an innocent party here. Please don't think I'm claiming to be. Provoking Lou may be fun, but I do have my reasons. Slug's control of Eridanos is a crucial step in my long-term plans for Sublight. The board needs to see irrefutable proof we are a respectable, legitimate business.
Why do you care so much what the board thinks? Is this the part where you cackle and reveal your evil grand plan? Yeah.
Oh, that does sound fun, though. Is securing a board seat for Sublight evil enough? Surely we can at least agree that it's grand. Meanwhile, our dear administrator is still laser-focused on old slights, which can be a nuisance. He's grown increasingly desperate to catch Slug with our hand in the proverbial cookie jar as of late, convinced we're involved in less than legal business opportunities.
So I need to find evidence that they're doing less than legal business opportunities then. Which of course you are. Murder had better not be one of those opportunities. You admitted to me earlier that you tortured a man for information, and that's probably legal. He should watch what he gets himself in. Yeah, murder had better not be one of these opportunities.
Continue investigating, Inspector. I'm afraid you'll find both you and Ludovico will be disappointed in that regard.
I have more questions about Helen.
Very well.
Did you have many dealings with Helen?
A few. Helen was strangely curious about the private business operations around Eridanos. She said it was role research, but how much business know-how does one actor truly need for an action picture? I also arranged to have Helen supplied with mag picks, bypass shunts, and other hacking tools. She wanted to buy in bulk.
That didn't strike you as suspicious?
That she bought in bulk?
Not that part.
Particularly. It takes time to learn to use tools like that deftly. I wonder, did she run out of time in the end?
If you didn't kill her, any idea on who would want her dead?
That is the question, isn't it, Inspector? Tell me, do you really believe Helen's death was a mere crime of passion? Or one of petty career jealousy?
No. I'm not willing to rule anything out. Clearly you don't.
This murder is bigger than Miss Helen's personal life. Bigger than her latest moving picture.
God, I feel like I should be able to get these intelligence checks, but I guess I just do not have enough intelligence. I'm listening.
Her actions in the time leading up to her death do not align with those of an actor on Eridanos solely to promote Spectrum Brown. Stay sharp, Inspector. Now is not the time to lose focus. Because whoever did kill Helen is not going to come forward so easily.
You know more than you're telling me.
I might. I just might. Your point, Inspector?
I've already made it. Only that I'm on to you. It's not a good look for a murder suspect. You're getting away with less than you think.
Now that is interesting. I suppose we'll see, won't we? Be very careful, Inspector. I'd very much like to see you still around for the grand finale, whenever it comes, whatever shape it takes.
God, I do not like this guy. I don't trust him at all. That's all I wanted to know.
One moment, if you please, Inspector. I've answered your questions. I believe it's my turn to ask you a question now.
Is that how this
What
works?
Or who made you decide to investigate me?
Yeah, I was going to say, either way, if I'd had the chance to talk to him, I would have, even if Ludovica wanted me to. You're one of Eridanos' major players. It only makes sense.
Understandable. A man of my standing would naturally be tied up in all this, whether he wishes to be or not. Now then, did you need anything else?
Excuse me. Well, he said to look around his office. Let's go in here first. He's got his dinner tray in the bathroom. I guess it is the bathroom/kitchen. Which kind of makes sense. I mean, why not? Things will get messy either way, and you can just clean up real easy.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Alright, let's check it out.
This copy of TK contains 142 fewer pages than a standard copy. The missing pages were likely removed to create sufficient space for the hidden listening device inside.
Way to bury the lead, Jesus. Short-range transmission capabilities, the receiver must be somewhere nearby.
You figured that out just by looking at it? Huh. We ought to talk shop one of these days.
Inspector, please consider speaking into the device in order to trace the transmission and reveal the receiver's location.
Moo.
Poor woolly cow impression transmitted. Transmission analysis complete. While the precise location of the receiver could not be pinpointed, it has been narrowed down to a smaller, approximate range.
How long has this been here?
Analysis inconclusive. However, there is a minor accumulation of dust particles present on the book's uppermost surface.
Examine... taste the dust. Examine the surrounding area.
The area within a 0.5 meter radius of the book possesses a dust coating comprised of at least twice the number of particles.
It's not very dusty then, must have been placed fairly recently. Wild guess, the bug was planted roughly a week before Helen's death.
That is highly likely, Inspector.
God, I wanted to also taste it.
Sound. No, wait, don't tell me. Let's save it for the big reveal once you've solved the case.
Yeah, you don't want me to actually come and tell you that your place is bugged? Can I?
Inspector, to what do I owe the pleasure?
No, I can't. Alright, yeah, I'll just save it. So it is off over that way. Well, I wonder if I could get into that room that's behind. No. 0 seconds. Yeah, I'm actually seeing, aren't I? So I was just trying to think, does that... Actually, does that say that I'm seeing or not? I've never actually tried to, like, pick anyone's pockets. Oh, well, maybe there's a way in around the back. I don't want to, like, piss people off. That just goes up to his office. Oh, that's the guys who were harassing me. Let's go check out the dry goods and sundry.
Reminds me of Moreau's. Just a bit.
This way? What is that all about? Alright, let's talk to this guy first.
Hello. Welcome to Aridano's Dry Goods and Sundry, the most standard and unremarkable general store this side of Halcyon. I'm marketeer Joseph Dempsey, here to make your shopping experience as pleasant and normal as possible.
Why all this, normal nonsense? Standard and unremarkable, you said. Maybe you should invest in an advertising seminar.
Hey, folks take a lot of comfort in knowing their neighborhood general store is unchanging, eternal, like the land beneath their feet or the air in their lungs. Whoops, forgot I ain't supposed to poeticize on work time. The drab nature of our store profits is what I meant. Now, can I sell you anything?
Alright, let's see what you got. What does he actually sell? Nothing really unique. Alright, well, thank you for your time. What is this? Mask of the Masked Marketeer. The mask of Lord Cavendish, who revealed himself to be the masked marketeer in the thrilling final episode of the eponymous serial. He was shortly executed by the authorities for extensive vigilantism without the proper vigilante licenses. Remember, our bureaucracy exists for a reason, and to surpass it for however noble a cause is to rebel against the entirety of Halcyon. This is sealed, so I'm going to have to come out that way. Plotform serum. That sounds awful. What is this place down here? Oh, it's just below. Okay. I thought it opened up.
Can I talk to you for a second?
Sure, Dash Whitlock. You're really enjoying that Spectrum, huh?
Hey there. Word around the spaceport is that you came in on the Unreliable. You a new crewmate?
Oh, did this guy know Hawthorne? Actually, the Unreliable is my ship.
Cut the shit. I know Hawthorne's captain of that ship, and I know you ain't him. You want to try again?
I'm Chase. Sorry to tell you, but Hawthorne's dead. The ship was left to me.
I see. Well, this would have been easier with Hawthorne, but I hope that if you're flying his ship, it means you're a freelancer too. Wonder if you can help me.
I'm listening.
I run an outfit for the moving of less than legal goods.
Of course.
There's a particular piece of cargo needs delivering to a particular individual in the spaceport. Thing is, I don't know where the cargo is right now. The crewmate who handles that is in the clink for getting a little too disorderly in town. We've already attracted too much attention. Too risky to visit her myself. That's where you come in. You help us out, I'll give you an equal cut of our pay.
This doesn't have anything to do with the other stolen goods, does it? Or what? How did he refer to it? Like lost goods, misplaced? Alright, I'm in. What do you need me to do?
Great to hear. First, you need to go meet the crewmate who got herself jailed. Cassidy Mills is the name. She'll know where the cargo is.
Sounds good. I'll get going. How will she know I'm working with you? Couldn't you have avoided this if both of you knew where the cargo was? Well, no, because then if one of you... Alright, how will she know I'm working with you?
Oh, yeah, right. We have a secret phrase. I like boneless spratwurst. Say that and she'll know you're a friend.
But I don't like boneless bratwurst.
Look, nobody does. That's why it's a good passphrase.
Sounds good. I'll get going.
Be seeing ya. Remember, Cassidy's at the constabulary. She might be a little wary, so be careful.
Just tell her how much I like boneless bratwurst. Ernest, hello.
Haven't seen you around before, but that ain't no problem. All are welcome at the Copper Bottom Cantina, so long as their bits are good, huh? Can I get you something?
How's a fellow like you end up bartending?
Yeah, so you notice that I'm a little off kilter, huh? Damn if it ain't been a while. I'm too old to run around anymore, but in my heyday, I used to play for the Rangers.
Ah, yes, the classic career path, tossball player to bartender.
Hey, when you tell a story, you're supposed to start at the beginning. Unless you're in media res, which is a storytelling crutch far as I'm concerned. Serial overuse. You get it? Wait, what was I saying?
You were talking about your younger days as a tossball player.
Oh, yeah. I played for the Rangers in my heyday. My specialty was getting nailed by serves without keeling over.
Getting hit with the ball was a specialty?
Yep. Ernest the Bean
The
Padilla,
Bean.
they called me.
Oh, no.
At least I think that's what they called me. League leader in hit by serves 2 years in a row. Folks started competing to see how many times they could hit me in a match. Called it quits not long after that. Ain't safe to take that many blows to the head.
I see. So you moved to Eridanos after your playing days ended.
I came out to coach the Rangers during training camp, but after a while, I had trouble remembering which player was which.
Oh, jeez.
Slug lets me bartend instead of recommending me for early retirement, for which I'm most grateful. I'd hate lying around like a deadbeat.
Sounds like you've enjoyed your careers. Don't see a lot of that in Halcyon. How's bartending compared to tossball? My, what a enthralling tale. At no point did I feel my life force beginning to leave my body. All right. Actually, he probably wouldn't even pick up on this.
You're welcome. Ma always said I had a knack for storytelling, but I've talked plenty now. Anything I can get you? Anyhow, I think I've talked plenty now. Is there something I can get you?
Oh, they just they messed up his lines there, made him say that twice. Anything interesting happen around here?
Nah. No, but some folks have been saying there was some kind of fight between a mechanical and some spacers last night. I didn't see it myself, and seems far-fetched. Deputy Wine Taster ain't exactly prone to wandering, nor are most other mechanicals
Deputy
that I'm aware
Wine
of.
Taster.
There's a new void Dan burn on my nice clean floor, but I think it's the doing of one of my customers.
All right, what have you got? Looks like just food. Okay. Are you all right, ma'am?
Move along.
Yes, none of these have anything to say. Well, let's see. So that's the one that we just picked up. Where are these gonna be? Okay, so he is right there. Or no, that's not he. That's in the constabulary, where we'll go and pick up the footage. He, however, it's like, oh, that's Bertie. All right, I'm gonna talk to Bertie, and then I'm gonna end for the day. Hi, Bertie.
What do you want?
You're Black Hole Bertie, right?
Shh, not so loud. How'd you know it was me?
I saw it on my map, actually, but should I not have? I'm an inspector and a damn good one. Do you have any idea how many tossball posters your face is on?
That's what the disguise is for. I'm in no mood to sign autographs, and I hate disappointing fans. So I'm lying low. You know, incompleto.
Completo. Very nice hat. You're about as disguised as a sprat in a wig. Good law, man. You think these people don't recognize you? God, so many good choices. You're about as disguised as a sprat in a wig.
Well, they ain't talking to me, at least. Oh, what's it matter? Helen's gone. She's gone and nothing I do will bring her back. I've been trying to find who did this. That's what she would do. Track down the killer and bring them to justice. But I'm stumped. And not very clever. Being bright was always Helen's thing.
There are many types of intelligence, Mr. Holcomb. For example, your expertise on the field. Your hack attack is nothing short of brilliant.
Good job, Max, trying to be nice to the guy. It's nice, Vicar, but we're investigating a murder here. I don't care how smart he is. Yeah, oh. Yeah, we'll go with that. Alright, that's nice, Vicar.
Oh, so you're the inspector. Hope you have more luck figuring things out than me.
I have a feeling I will.
You probably want to ask me some questions, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you're asking everybody questions, so you can find Helen's killer. So, how do I help?
What were you doing the night Helen died? Want to explain why you smashed up your picnic? You realize how bad things look for you. Why don't you save us time and try and confess? Alright, what were you doing the night Helen died?
I was getting blotto with the rest of the Rangers.
What?
You know, soaked, muddled, preserved.
Drunk?
I think he means drunk.
Yeah.
The team noticed I was in a bad way when I got back to the hotel. When I told them Helen and I were Splitsville, they wanted to cheer me up. We were up the pole afore evening. The hotel staff said we was bothering the other guests on account of all the crying and yelling and practice body tackling. Zeke said we should move elsewhere, get some air.
I'm deeply disappointed I didn't get to see all this.
We ended up at the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve. I think somebody wanted to pet a woolly cow. There was this one cow off away from the others. Zeke figured it'd be a laugh to get her drunk.
I met her, yeah.
One thing led to another, and I think we might have maybe, you know, stolen her.
Yeah. So the woolly cow on the VIP floor was your doing.
Oh, wow. It's real clever of you to figure out. Helen would have liked you, I'd wager.
Bertie, please.
Say, is the cow okay?
A little drunk, but probably fine. You got a woolly cow drunk. Woolly cows are not supposed to get drunk.
It was wrong of us. I hope she doesn't have a hangover or nothing. My memory's a little muddled after that. I guess me and the team got split up, because I know I was on my own at the pilot house for a time.
Could anyone from the pilot house back that up?
I reckon not. See, I went to the weather station. I was looking for where Helen stashed her data pad for safekeeping, right? She'd asked me to get it, mind. I wasn't stealing. I'm no thief.
Why was she keeping her data pad out there? Did you find it? Why did you think she couldn't get it herself? You're telling me Helen dumped you, then asked you for a favor? Both of these are good, but alright.
Nah, she sent a note to my hotel room before we, you know, split. I don't know how long it was sitting there before I noticed.
Alright, so the data pad, did you find it? I get it, you thought doing her a favor would smooth things over. Alright, did you find it? Oh, Maybe that. Alright, you thought doing a favor would smooth things over.
She needed something done, and I could do it. Simple as that, okay? I found the data pad at the weather station, like Helen said, but then a guard found me. She started yelling about how I was trespassing and in serious trouble. Thing is, it was real dark out there. So dark, she couldn't tell who I was.
What did you do? You're sure the guard couldn't ID you? Not a smart move. Just sigh wearily.
I wasn't keen on conversing, okay? I was drunk and holding someone else's data pad. And also, maybe I was crying a little, so I booked it. Ran like the Rangers were down by 3, and I just bronzed the tossball in the Friday zone.
Well, I know you weren't sprinting for the Sunday zone. Where'd you go? Did anyone else see you that night? Think hard. Anyone. Anywhere else. Cute tossball simile. Your story's full of holes. Did anyone see you?
Yeah, I mean, no. Nope. No one else.
Come on, who was it? I would have to be dead not to realize that's a lie, right? I'm gonna need a name. Having a witness only benefits you unless you have something to hide.
I don't. All we did was talk, I swear. It's just, I don't want to tell you. I'll get in trouble.
Now having a witness puts you in much bigger trouble. What do you think, Parvati? Up for a little good inspector, bad inspector? I try to be nice. Time to lean on this guy, Vicar. Can't even imagine the trouble you'll be in with me if you don't spill. All right, Parvati, you want to be a little good inspector, bad inspector?
Good one, Captain. Oh, you're serious? You want me to be the bad inspector? Are you sure?
If I had been just mean throughout the whole game, would she have actually taken that the way I was intending it to have been, where she's the good inspector? Come on, give it your best shot. Fine, I'll be bad. Tell us the name or else. But I'm already good inspector. You can do this. Just pretend you're a serial hero shaking down a dissident. Yeah, do that.
Oh, you mean like an Against the Outlaw Kings? There's this scene where Agent Khan grabs a fella by the collar and really gives him what for.
Oh, yeah! That's a pretty intense scene.
All right, you can do this, Parvati. Just do what Agent Khan would do. Now you listen here, Bertie. You've been giving us the runabout and I don't much appreciate it. Ms. Helen's killer is still out there and we got every intention of hunting him down.
Whoa, you're not going to do the part where Agent Khan pulls a pistol on the suspect, right?
Oh, I want to see this. Okay, let her continue.
You'd best tell us what you know. Because if any more innocent people die, that's gonna be on you. You understand me?
Wait, more folks could die? You're joking. Law, I had no idea this was so big.
Was that too much?
No, it's perfect.
It's a matter of other folks' lives, then. Look, I talked to Auric, okay? Auric West. Hangs out around the spaceport. He's the one who taught me the breathing exercises I use to calm down.
Calm down? What? Why do you... I'll follow up with Auric, your bookie, murderous confidant, secret paramour with whom you're having a torrid affair. Now, is that hard? Glad we could come to it. Yeah, alright. This one. Your paramour? Secret paramour?
Confidant is like confidence. What's torrid mean?
You're taking a lot of blows to the head playing tossball, huh? Yeah.
Not sure how that's related. So now you have the whole story. After I talked to Auric, I went back to the hotel. Woke up the next morning with Helen's data pad in my hand and the hangover to end all hangovers. Don't know if I'll ever drink again.
Geez, you've had a bad time lately, huh, Bertie? Isn't that a beer you're drinking?
Oh, I mean the hard stuff. Beer doesn't count.
Oh, right, of course.
Anyway, you ought to take Helen's data pad. Maybe you'll have better luck understanding her notes. Either she was writing in code or I'm dumber than a bag of hammers.
Well...
I tried for hours to crack her notes, but it's like I said. Being bright was Helen's thing.
I'll take the time to look at them. There's still a gap in your timeline, Bertie. I'm not sure a blackout will cut it.
I know that. But you gotta believe me. I would never hurt Helen, no matter how drunk I was. You could preserve me in Spectrum Brown and I wouldn't even look at her funny. I want to help you find her killer, Inspector. I knew Helen better than anybody. And it could be handy to have a guy like me around, in case anybody gives you trouble.
That almost sounds like he would join my party, and I would love to have this absolute idiot come along with me. Better if you're not involved. I can't let a suspect be part of the investigation. I'm really more of the lone canid type. Start threatening witnesses, and I'll throw you in jail myself. Oh, right, because he just said in case anybody gives me trouble. Sorry, Bertie, it's better if you're not involved.
I get it. I'll head back to the Grand Colonial then. Unless you need me for anything else?
I wanted to ask him about the picnic.
What do you want to know?
About Helen.
What about her?
Oh god, I don't get to ask about the picnic, do I? What was your relationship with her like?
Look, You and me, we both know I'm a big, dumb tossball star, right? That's what I'm good at. Rizzo's knows it. The fans know it. Helen, she saw me as more than that. She saw someone who had more to offer than big muscles and a signature black hole stomp. Being with Helen was magic. She was magic. There ain't good enough words for something as special as what we had together.
Why did you break up? If it was so good, yeah, why?
I wish I knew. Must have been something I did. At the picnic, Helen just kept saying she didn't want to drag me into her world. Maybe one of the higher-ups in motion pictures was giving her trouble over us? I don't know. I tried to understand, but I don't.
Okay, so maybe she got into something over her head and she was backing away from him to protect him. Like that's basically what it sounds like right there. Did she have any enemies?
Rival actresses, maybe? I don't know too much about the motion picture industry. Except for Helen's pictures, obviously. Those I probably know by heart. Seen them about 100 times each. What do you want to know?
Why do you have the mascot pull that little stunt over the recording in Helen's room?
I remember sending her the recording, but law, I was halfway to preserved by then. I don't know what was on it. When I realized what I'd done, I panicked. If I'd said something dumb, folks might think I was involved in her death. I was scared of looking suspicious.
I found the recording. There's nothing incriminating. It said a man break into Helen's old room to cover it up. Concealing evidence is a crime. Nah, we'll be nice to him. There's nothing incriminating.
You listened to it? What'd I say to Helen? Did I sound drunk?
No, not at all. It was very sweet.
Thank the architect. I hope she heard it. I don't want the last time she heard my voice to be when I was all angry at the orchards.
About Auric West.
Yeah?
What's his deal?
Auric's a businessman. He sells stuff you can't get elsewhere. You know, alternative stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking sort of science,
Crockery.
whole supplements.
What? Why would someone buy whole supplements? You've lost me. Do you mean holistic supplements?
Probably. I can never remember. I just know I trust Auric more than I do any sawbones. Maybe putting effort accelerators in your body isn't always the right call, you know? Maybe there are other options. Maybe I don't take all the accelerators Rizzo's pushes on me.
Maybe I should forget that last one so you don't get in trouble with Rizzo's. I get it, you want to keep your fringe medical opinions on the down low. Alright, I'll keep that one quiet.
Oh, yeah. I'd appreciate that. Yeah?
Where can I find him?
Auric hangs around the spaceport most days. Since he's not here at the bar, he's most likely over by the buy-up bunks at the shipping yard.
Okay, what's it like being a famous tossball player?
Tossball was, is, and always will be the greatest game in the universe. And I would give it up in a heartbeat to have Helen back.
Alright, well, that's it for now. Good job, Parvati. You knocked it out of the park. You got it right into the Sunday, Monday zone, or whatever. I don't know. I'm bad at sports metaphors in any solar system. Now, did I get the thing, the data pad? I guess I got it, but I can't look it over yet. So let's see. We need to check with Auric West and then report back. But then I'm also going to do... So nothing... Oh, here it was. The security footage. And then I need to check in on that, the receiver, and question Ella Tinsley. Okay, but for now, I'm going to save. And next time, because that's the main one, I'm gonna get this one ready to go for next time. We'll do the man who chafed. So, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time. Good night.